Good afternoon, Year 4. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. This week we're going to be focusing on subtraction, whereas last week the focus was mainly addition. If you are doing the Sapphire challenges, then my advice to you is to stop this video now and actually have a look at the video that is the Sapphire challenge input, where Mrs. Doolan is actually leading you through what you need to do. Now, in terms of everybody else, I'd like you to have a go at these 4 mental arithmetic questions. Stop the video, please, in order to do so. So, welcome back, Year 4. Now, I'll reveal the answers to you. Some of those are obviously more difficult than others. Lots of different strategies that can be applied, but thinking about one strategy that we've been talking about, which is bridging through 10, and I can see if I'm adding 20, then I'm very much just going to add 10 to this number to take me to 700, then add 10 more. If I'm thinking of subtracting 40 from 4066, I just need to be considering my tens column. If I've got 6 tens and I'm taking 4 tens away, then that is going to reduce that down to 2 tens. If I've got 497, then again I can just be looking at my tens column. On this occasion, at the minute, I've got 9 tens. If I add one more 10, it's going to take me to 507. From there, I could add 3 more tens, and that would take me to 537. So having added 4 tens in total. And those types of strategies, obviously, we'd like you to be doing actually in your heads. Now, today you're going to be using a written method for subtraction with exchanges. This isn't a new method. This isn't something new we've been doing. We've been practicing this an awful lot during the autumn term, and this is about consolidating, just making sure that we're very fluent and efficient with this method. And to be successful, when we use our written method, we clearly need to show our exchanges. Now, there's a choice of 2 methods. There is this partitioning method, which a few of us are using, and majority of us are using the more compact method, which is here. If we use the partitioning method, I know that sometimes when we partition numbers, so if I take 247 and I expand it out, often we put a plus sign between partitioning, but I know sometimes that confuses people when doing this method. You don't actually need, when you're partitioning your numbers, to put a plus. By leaving a gap, I can clearly see that I've partitioned 100 and 20 and 5. And the main bit is that I know that I am doing a subtraction calculation, and now I've got 7 take 5 is 2, 40 take 20 is 20, 200 take 100 is 100, and my answer 120 and 2, put it back together, I've got 123. As I say, for most of us, we're using this compact method. Now, the WAGOL on this page, in other words, what a good one looks like, they show the compact method and the partitioning method, but both with exchanges on. And down the bottom here, we can see the method using decimals, and some of you will get on to using decimals with your subtraction problems later on in the week. So let's just have a quick look then at remodeling how to do one of these calculations using the involving some exchanging. And I'm not going to model the partitioning method, but obviously you can rewind this video up to the point where you can see the WAGOL for the partitioning if that's the method that you actually prefer. Now, first of all, we get an idea how many exchanges we might actually need in a calculation based on the fact that I can see in my ones column that my 6 is greater than my 5, and in my hundreds column my 5 is greater than my 3. So I know that I'm going to be needing at least 2 exchanges. So I can't subtract 6 from 5. Therefore, I'm going to need to exchange a 10. This will become 3 tens, and I take my 10 across. I've now got 15 subtract 6. The answer is 9. Now at this point, we should be using the inverse operation to check our calculations. 9 added to 6 would take me to 15, therefore I know I've got the correct answer. 3 subtract 2 is 1. 3 subtract 5, I can't do. I can't take 5 away from my 3. So I'm going to need to borrow 1,000. That's going to become 1,000, carry my 1,000 across. Effectively now I've got 13 hundreds. So in other words, 1,300. So subtracting 500s from 1300s is going to be 800s. And if I add my 8 and my 5, I get back to 13. Again, using that inverse. Same here. 2 add 1 makes 3. 1 subtract 1 is nothing. I don't need to put a 0 in there. My answer is 819. Now, sometimes we don't have 2 exchanges. We might only have 1 exchange, or we might have more than 2 exchanges. With this example, 2 subtract 1 is 1. Again, check with the inverse by adding my answer to the number I subtracted away. See if I get to my starting number. 1 add 1 is 2. 6 take away 8 I can't do because 8 is greater than 6. So I'm going to have to exchange. The 5 is going to become a 4, and I'm going to carry 100 across. I've now effectively got 16 tens, or this is worth 160. So 16 tens, take away 8 tens. Well, I know that 2 8s are 16. So I've already used my inverse there to say 8 add 8 makes 16. 4 to take away 3 is 1. And I always quickly just look if my answer is realistic. So this is how to use our compact method for subtraction. In terms of today's task then, we can see the Sapphire task there, which Mrs. Doolin would have spoken about on the video. Now, if you're not feeling quite so confident with this method, then I would suggest starting with the Bronze Challenge, focus on the Bronze Challenge. Now, there are 5 challenges on here, tasks A to E. Again, you don't have to do them all. They're clearly labelled. Task A, there is no exchanges. Task B, there is only 1 exchange. Task C, there is no exchanges, but it's 3-digit numbers. Task 4, there's 1 exchange, and Task E, there is more than 1 exchange. But obviously, we never go above 3-digit numbers. If you're feeling confident with this method, then you should be trying challenge B or challenge C, and you can see the difference really there. It's not the method itself, it's just simply the size of the numbers that you're going to use. Now, I have put a link on to use an online calculator, so please do that. My advice would be do a calculation, check it with a calculator. Do a calculation, check it with a calculator. If you make a mistake, write your calculation again, have another go, or try to unpick where it is you've actually gone wrong. And there are a couple of word problems that you could have a go at the end of your challenge as well. There is an extension about missing digits, and if you feel that you've got an answer for this, again, you could check that with a calculator. Although it says addition, hopefully lots of you have realised that you're going to need to use the inverse, use subtraction to help you solve that problem. Those are today's problems. I hope you enjoyed doing them. Look forward to speaking to you all tomorrow.